Hello, hello. Now, quote me anywhere. You have not lived to the fullest if you're yet to try EGUSI soup. This is called different names in different parts, especially in Africa. But here I will be showing you how to make it the Nigerian way. Yeah, friend. If this is your first time here, ensure it is not your last by subscribing and helping me grow my baby channel. All ingredients and instructions will be on my website at sturvsbyiddy. For this recipe, you will need dry catfish, chopped spinach. I use the frozen one sold in the African store near me. You will need palm oil, some stockfish pieces, which will enhance the flavor of this dish, some ground crayfish. The meats I used are a combination of beef and thick, luscious cow skin. You also need a pepper mix. First thing you want to do is to boil the meats and the stockfish. Of course, you know when it comes to boiling meats, you will need some chopped onions to flavor it. The stockfish will be going in as well because it is a little tough, so will require long cooking in order to soften it up. You will season with 4 cubes of the beef bouillon that I have here. And you will also add in some salt. Of course, salt to taste. You want to add in about 2 cups of water, and at this point you want to give them some privacy, let them get to know each other. Cover and let it cook for at least 15 minutes before you continue. While that is cooking, in a bowl you want to put in your dry catfish, because dry catfish can actually have a lot of dirt. You boil some water and immerse that catfish in that boiled water. I added in some salt. That's just to give it some taste afterwards. And then you go ahead and debone that catfish. Catfish is pretty popular. You should be able to get it in your local African store as well. When you're done deboning the fish, you can set this aside, go back to check the relationship that's brewing with those meats, At this point, your house should be smelling, smelling all good. Because that stockfish, that's what it does. It adds an aroma that I cannot describe. You want to blend your peppers and add it into the pot of meats. Stir, and you're going to be letting this cook again. However, before covering it up, you need to go in with ground crayfish. Ground crayfish is one of those things that you want to add in the cooking process and sometimes even finish off with it.
A few moments later.
Now we can begin to see like a little oil film has risen to the surface. This is when you go in with your deboned fish. At this point, you also want to add in the palm oil. Now, please do not come into my comment section and start telling me about, oh, that's a lot of oil. It is highly nutritious. So thank you very much. This recipe calls for that. Okay. All right. So in a bowl, you want to pour in your ground egusi. Yes, I showed you what the form looks like, the seed itself, but this is in ground form. You add in onions and some warm water, and then you just want to go in and mash. It does not have to be smooth. Please do not use a blender. We don't want it to be smooth. We just, want to break it down a bit before we add it into our pot of soup. And then you combine, because you do have to mix it together to ensure that it combines well. Perfect. So we just cover this up and we give it a few more minutes to cook. Bear in mind, when it comes to egusi, you want to cook properly. Cook properly, just so that the taste can be properly accentuated. You don't want to cook it halfway through. You want to cook it inside out. I added in locust bean here, but that is totally optional. As you can see, I didn't dwell on that. Totally optional. Does not have the most pleasant smell, but I mean, it does add like an umami flavor and essence to the soup. And then now, because you've been cooking that for about 25 to 30 minutes, it is now time to add in the chopped spinach and your shrimp. I cut my shrimp in halves just because it's a lot easier to put in your mouth. I wanted at least each portion of that soup to go in with some shrimp. Look at my egusi with all those obstacles and stumbling blocks in the soup. Absolutely delicious. My house right now is smelling like a buka. It smells amazing. And so I just thought, I can't wait. Let me just go and make the poundo because I need to have a taste of this soup. And so I just quickly made myself poundo. Poundo is simply the flour version of pounded yam. It's pretty similar to fufu. Fufu is different in terms of what it's made of, but they have a very similar look. It's what we usually eat in my house. We don't really dig fufu as much. And this is just me exercising my biceps. I hope you know there are a lot more easier ways to do this. A lot of people use blenders these days. They use food processors, and that's okay. But if I'm making a small quantity like this one, I don't mind working those biceps a little. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I really hope that you will subscribe, you will like, you will share, and please turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss my videos. I like to post food, lifestyle, family content. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in my next video. Ciao.